I don't know if I'm going to land this. Welcome to Seaballs Outdoors. I'm Seaballs, and today we're going to go for a quick fish before work. Leading into spring, you'll find that fish activity really picks up and it's pretty easy to get onto a hot bite. I have a box of micro jigs. I've got ultralight jigging setup, which is a 10-pound line, 2500 Shimano Stradic, and a Yamaga Blanks Blue Current 8-foot rod to get a nice long cast. And we're going to capitalize on the low light across this bay in the early hours of the morning. So it's quite an easy thing to do, to get out before work and just get some nice long casts out with really small lures that match the bait and get onto a couple of fish. Hopefully you enjoyed the little session. I'll run through a couple of tips and tricks as I go, and you'll find out which lure was man of the match for the session. Hope you enjoy and get subscribed, because I'm going to come and do this again tomorrow, but I'm going to fish topwater. It's a bit early in the season to fish topwater, but the fish were going mental, so I think it's a pretty good chance. Morning. All right, pre-work session. Just trying to fit a few small sessions in with a bag of lures. Some dog has just been down here with their pillies. What a f***. We'll make sure we take that with us when we go. Oh my god, like, they've just been like massive grubs. I love fishing, but then you see this shit and it's like, why are people so bad? But we'll take this. This will remind us to pick it up. Ooh. Alright, we're not going to get that with the 1 6 ounce. So we're going to chuck a small jig on. And pretty sure these are salmon. A little bit of intel from a local frother. Thank you, Sebastian. What are we going to do? 7, I hope I have a 15. 15 will cast off further. 10 it is. This 10 is okay. But when you're fishing like a jig head with a plastic, the wind resistance will greatly limit your cast distance, and if you can see the fish are pretty far out, you really want to be getting out to that school of bait they're hitting at least, and then pulling it back. Something worth considering as well, having a small lure box makes your life just a bit easier in terms of storing all your stuff while you're out fishing, and then when you've had enough and you go home, you can restock pretty easily. I think we've kind of hit a premium bite time, so we'll get our net set up so we can grab it, start getting some casts. Quick bite before work. Oh, that looks, just check the drag. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll let that play out. First cast, yeah. Yeah, nice trev. What? Not a bad fish first cast at all. Ha! Obviously got to give it a bit of a measure. Yeah, like 37. Beautiful. Alright, well, quick release. We might just leave that somewhere easy to grab. Well, there you have it. Going fishing before work is a good idea. It's more productive than many a session. Oh, the jig is still in the net. So it's on the 10 gram super slim. available at oysetrs.com.au. Oh, that was close to the bus stop. This is my preferred lure, land-based, for summer. I also have like the packs where you can get 12 different jigs between 7 and 15 grams, or realistically just find a couple that you really like. I personally like the 7s for bottom bashing if I'm trying to catch like flathead and brim and stuff land-based, but the 10s and 15s are great as well. Caught some jewfish on the 15s. That sink, and then we just kind of work it back normally, nothing too wild. Oh, over there as well. So it just looks like these fish are on the search for bait. Try and get it out in front of that boat. Oh, good cast, right on him. Yep. I don't have the drag set crazily tight. Let's see if this is any better. The other thing with tailor, if they're micro tailor, you can kind of leave them around, but if they're a little bit bigger, the fish will fight over the jig, and you might get bitten off by not the first fish, but the second fish. This fish is so far out, far out. All right, fish number 2, similar size. Won't give him a measure. Fish number 2, and we did see a king follow that in, which is literally what this what a guy told me on Instagram. So we're going to get a big cast out. We'll let it sink to the bottom. Over there looks quite good. There's like a bit of water moving. Oh. We're just going to have a couple of big casts fanning out just here, and then we'll move up to where the flat is. Just work bang, 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 and then move, and then do the same thing again up on that point, and then we'll go hit the edge of the flat. Early morning, obviously, that's when it's happening. Oh, that was a big fish there. Bait fish will try and hide up on the flat to get away from predators. I wonder if changing to like a more silver colour will make a difference. Alright, 7 gram with a red head. That's the one we're going to use. Is this going to make that much of a difference is my question. That's what I want for me. Oh my god. Not a good spot, not. Just going to turn that down so the fish can run a bit more. That's a better model. Whatever it is. I've turned the drag down because I wanted to kind of do all of its business. Salmon. Yeah. Sick. I wanted to kind of sort it up there. It's got to come in. pound. I just want to keep pulling away from structure. Oh no, that's just a much better tailor. I think my PB tailor is like 47. Oh yep, you're coming in into the bay. Is that a salmon? Does kind of just look like a beast of a tailor. I don't know if I'm going to land this. No, salmon. It's a good one. Alright, we need to forget the idea of pulling this guy. He's nearly had enough. Because like we need to keep him away from... Oh, there we go. Ha! That is a big lad. Man, you can see kind of what he's been chewing up, and we'll just carefully get him. He's long and thin. $50. Man, that's crazy. And that's just on the 7 gram. Okay, so that's just you know, a quick morning jigging and a nice 50 centimeter salmon on the 7 gram metal. I think changing the size maybe made a small difference in terms of sink rate. But also just getting here at the right time. Morning bite, there's shade all over the water, and I think that makes a big difference. Normally when I come here it's in the evening and the entire bay is covered in sun, whereas at the moment there's places for fish like this to hide. But we'll get him back in the water. I'm not going to give him a kiss. Okay, I'll just hold his head in the water for a bit until he is ready to go. There you are. I can just see like a heap of whitebait just here that are exactly the same shape and size as the mid-slug. I do think getting your lure close enough to the presentation makes a big difference, but honestly, the jig is not that realistic in comparison. I think something with a slightly more muted colour would imitate this bait better. Alright, that wraps up the session. Yeah, it was pretty good. I feel refreshed. I'm ready to go send emails, see my boss, all that kind of stuff. Hope you enjoyed. Get subscribed. Check out wholesalejigs.com.au, which is my website. Get onto some gear. Some of it I don't have a lot left, like the full jig packs. I only have a couple left. Probably man of the match goes to the mid-slug 7 gram, which is the exact size of the bait that was running around. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you purchased anything, also thank you. And I will catch you on another one. Let me get out good Samaritan points, but not forgetting our rubbish.
I go